country. Um, there's a debate between the U.S. Marshals and the Postal Inspection Service. But essentially, when they used to do highway and train robberies, the U.S. mail used to go on the trains, and we had to investigate that. Postal inspectors investigate essentially mail theft, identity theft, and identity theft because credit cards and everything else goes through the U.S. mail. Your PIN numbers, your driver's licenses, all of that goes through the U.S. mail. Mail fraud, I think you guys touched on that earlier. The detective here earlier touched on mail fraud. Mail fraud essentially is some of the Nigerian schemes you guys receive on emails or letters saying you won the lottery, or the son of some deceased dictator inherited some money and he needs your account. That's essentially mail fraud, wire fraud. When they mail something to you trying to dupe you into giving away your money, that's mail fraud. If they call you, that's wire fraud. If they do it over the internet, that's also wire fraud. If they do it to your bank, that's bank fraud. These are federal statutes. Revenue fraud, we have specialized investigators that just look at people who do the postal service and the mailing system of transactions using fraudulent stamps or meters. Prohibitive mailings are investigators who look at narcotics in the mail. Believe it or not, there's a lot of drugs going through the mail that we investigate. You guys know about the Unabomber. That's another case we investigate. Bombs in the mail. Anthrax. That's also a case we work jointly with the FBI. Money laundering, because we have money orders, and the Postal Service is it's not quite a financial institution, but it's a huge entity that deals with a lot of money. So people sometimes try to hide their illicit funds through money orders and other things that go through the mail. Child pornography. Many years ago, the internet did not exist, so the way people traded child pornography was through the mail. And they still do it today because the websites are very heavily monitored. So we partner with a lot of federal and state agencies in trying to catch these predators. Bank credit card fraud, we went over that. Assaults, robberies, and burglaries. If you think about the number of postal employees in this country, we basically have one going to each of your homes. So some of the homes they visit belong to people who are not necessarily, don't have the best interest at hand, so they get assaulted, raped, sometimes murdered. Post offices get robbed or broken into. So we're here for mail theft essentially. Who's stealing the mail? 90%